Welcome to another episode of Afro-Scientific Spirituality. My name is Efe West and I am from Nigeria. This is a channel where we separate the facts from the fiction, the science from the superstitions, and the concept from the misconceptions about African spirituality. I'm so glad to talk to you guys today. Today's topic is going to be about the benefits of having an altar at home or a shrine, of erecting a personal altar to your ancestors at home. This is a very important topic and very simple topic because it's an aspect of African spirituality that many people are neglecting, which is very, very important, and I'm going to go through it today. First of all, if this is your first time on this channel, please, I would like you to subscribe to this channel. This is a channel whereby I talk about the topics that are very difficult to talk about in African spirituality. In this channel, I talk about real African spiritual practices. I don't pollute them, I don't distort them, I don't mix them with religion, unlike other channels. I only talk about the real practice of African spirituality. So if you want to get the good stuff, this is where you need to be. Okay? So I will be talking about the benefits of having an altar. If you study African spirituality, or if you have any idea about it, or you're an African, you normally go to the village. One thing that distinguishes the villages from the cities is the numbers of sacred spaces or places we have in the village. We call them shrines or altars. The big ones are usually shrines that are dedicated to the services of the gods or deities in the village. It can be a community deity, a village deity. You have a very big shrine. You see somebody in charge of it who is usually a native doctor, a priest, Babalao, Dibia, Bushmaster, Sage. So many different names, but people are always in charge of them. But you also find that in almost all the houses, in most houses, they have their own shrines or altars. You can see some outside whereby they will erect a stick on the ground with a flat platform. There they'll be putting items on the platform, like offerings to their deities. Or you will see some on the ground, or sometimes you will see them at the edge or the corner of the house. Some people will call it the foundation altar. That is the difference, main difference you will see between the houses in the rural areas and in the urban areas. So this tradition of having altars at home, it is not a new tradition. It is very, very old as we don't even remember. So there are benefits of having that altar at home, and we are trying to explain the benefits of it. So I have been able to list out 5 benefits of having a home altar. First of all, the altar is not an evil place. According to the lies of Christianity, that the altar, African spirituality, is demonic. They're encouraging people to destroy altars. They will say that your altar, your family altar, is the source of all your problems. Go and burn it and destroy it, so you cut that link with your ancestors. So you have no option but to go to them, to only go to the church, where they are going to be micromanaging your spirituality for the rest of your life. As a person that have come of age, a matured spiritual individual, now that you have known the truth about African spirituality, it is now time to reconnect back to your ancestors, reconnect back to your source code. So one of the things you will do is that you need to create an altar if you can. If you are living alone, you have your own space, you need to create one place. You can use a table. Most times we prefer wooden table, but if you cannot use the wood, you can get a flat surface. Some people use the floor, but it's not advisable because of the dirt on the floor and it's difficult to maintain. So you need an elevated surface from the floor. You put your altar there. You can start with pictures of your ancestors or pictures or status, images of a particular deity you want to associate with, or you can choose not to put any picture. You just create a sacred space, put some candles there that you will use for praying and for your spiritual works. It is very, very important. The number one benefit of this is that you're going to maintain that lineage, that connection to the spiritual world that your family, your bloodline have always been maintaining since the beginning of time. So you are going to reconnect that chain so that the flow of that energy will be continuous in your lifetime. There is a need for that to continue because you are the product of a long lineage of ancient people, ancient, powerful, resilience, important people that have done things in this world that you are representing. You are their bloodline. So you need to create that flow of that chain, of that lineage. So you will need to set up that altar. It is going to be like a resting place for the people that have come before you to have a place in your heart. It signifies that you have them in your heart, you are taking them seriously, you have them in your mind, you have them in your soul. And this little space that you have created is symbolic of this statement, of this conscious heart that you're having them in mind. And they should also have you in their mind as well. By doing this singular heart, it clears uh, mental callous in your mind that have been put there by previous religion. It means that you have now reawakened that aspect of you that have been dormant, that aspect of you that they have been trying to destroy or brainwash, that they have been trying to rob from you. You have now restored it back, and so you will start having the benefits of having that consciousness reawakened in you. This may include knowing things before they happen. It may include knowing the benefits of the herbs, plants around you, how you can use them to help yourself to treat people. You can use them for spiritual works. Knowing more about the planet and living in harmony with the planet, because we humans are part spiritual, part physical. So when you paying attention to the spiritual aspect of you, the unknown aspect, you are actually fulfilling that obligation of paying the spiritual duties or roles that you are supposed to play in this world. So you are actually enhancing those attributes, those gifts, those skills that you have in you. You are actually connecting back to them, connecting back to that aspect of you that you have not been using. So putting this altar in your house is symbolic and also very, very significant in connecting you back to your ancestors and maintaining that African tradition of spiritual agility and dedication. Number two, it signifies that you take your spirituality very serious to the extent that you are able to, you are willing to create time and energy to put into the development of your spirituality. So it means that it matters to you. And as it matters to you, so therefore you also matter to the spirit world, because you are playing an integral role in bringing the spiritual and physical together in your home. So your home will be like a nexus whereby the spiritual and the physical have a place to interact and bring results or manifestations into the physical world. Sometimes our physical actions with things we do physically also manifest in the spiritual world as well. As you have a physical altar physically, you also have one spiritually, because you have a spirit self or a shadow self or astral self that also lives in the spiritual world. So as you are doing spiritual things in the physical world, your other self is also doing them in the spiritual world as well. So you need to create this. It's going to make your work stronger, and it's going to make everything you do firm, solid in this current space-time continuum. So it's very, very important. Number 3 is that when you have done this, it balances the energy in your home. If you go to any home that have an altar, as a spiritual person, you can be able to feel the energy in that home. You can feel the kind of altar that they have. If it's a good altar, you will know. If it's a bad, you can almost feel it. You can even be able to trace where that energy is coming from just by looking at it. You will be able to know what kind of spirits these people are venerating in that place. If they are good spirit, they are bad spirit, they are something that you can be able to allow or live with. You should be able to know, because different altars have different characters. Every altar has its own character based on the energies that they draw in, by the items you put in, the kind of dedication, the things you do on that place. It will show the character of the altar. So by you creating an ancestral altar in your home, you are balancing the energies in your house. You are creating harmony in your house. It will bring peace and stability to your home, and it will also help to clear out negative energies from your home. There are some places that maybe the kind of energies in the place are not conducive for people living, or the winds, they are what we call some kind of adverse ley lines, due to the fact that these modern days people just build houses anywhere they like. Your house might be in a place that maybe something happened some years back, so there are some spirits that are not so happy living in that place, or that consider that place as their former home. You now move into such a house, you might be having problems, but by bringing your altar there, you can balance the energies in that place, because you're bringing in new spirits that will try to harmonize and settle the differences in that place. Or you can also give the spirits a home that maybe they are lacking inside your altar. There are so many things you can do with this altar at home. You can use it for many applications. So it also balances negative energies in your house. Then visitors that are coming to your house, it may also balance them. Maybe people might pretend to be your friends, but they don't have good intentions towards you. When you have an altar at home, when they come to your house, that altar will affect them. The spirits, deities of your ancestors is going to affect them. Most times, once they see that altar, they may not want to come to your house anymore, because they don't have good intentions towards you, and they'll feel powerless, or they will be afraid of you. Even when you are not at home, they will feel they are being watched in the house, which is true. so it will make them uncomfortable. Even thieves will not want to come to your house because the ancestors will be protecting your house depending on the kind of assignment you gave them to do. So it helps to protect the house from bad people, from criminals, from visitors with bad intentions. So it's very, very good and it works that way. Okay. Number four, it helps to improve and develop your spiritual practice. Because you having an altar at home, it means that you have dedicated yourself to the spiritual path. So you now have a place where you focus your spiritual energy, a place where you can go to meditate, to pray, to offer petitions, to do your spell work, or just to generally reflect on issues that are bothering you. It's a sacred space, a positive space, somewhere you can withdraw to when you want to, like, step away from the busy world. You just want to get yourself, you can just go back to your altar, sit there, you can just close your eyes and meditate, focus your mind on anything, or just relax and try to get inspiration from the other side. So it really helps a lot. And the interaction you have with that altar, the more interaction you have with it, the more it becomes more powerful, the more life you give to it. So it is a sacred space you can withdraw to, or a place of focus, of meditation, of doing your spell workings, practicing your spirituality. It serves at that very spot. So you know that you always have a place where you do your things. You is separate from other mundane aspects of the house. So number five is that it serves as a place of veneration. You want to venerate your ancestors or a certain deity. That is the spot that you are going to do it. It's also a place of safekeeping of items. Maybe you have some special things that you want to keep due to the fact that the altar is a sacred place and people are usually afraid to go there, and you always give instructions. You don't allow anybody to touch or go near that place, especially strangers, to go and pollute the energies there. You might want to keep some safe things there, and it will be safe because people will not want to touch them because they know that they are under the protection of the ancestors and they will not want to mess with them. Okay, and once you have an active altar, it grows stronger, more powerful. The more rites you do on it, the more prayers, the more petition, the more libations, the more meditations you do on it, the more it becomes stronger. That's why in Africa, you see so many of the altars we have in the village are very powerful. Some people will travel hundreds of miles just to go to do something at the altar in the village because the altar has been existing for hundreds of years and they really don't have to do anything. They just have to say a little petition, a little prayer, drop something, a piece of kola nut or alligator pepper, just a very minimal, and what they are asking of is done because the altar has been very, very strong. It has been there for a long time and the spirits are very, very active. It has now become like a gate, a very big, powerful gate between the physical world and the spiritual world. So it is easy to contact spirit there. It's easy to talk to them there because it's like the gate is fully wide open. So that is how your altar should be. If you interact with it regularly and you do things there, it's going to become an open gate between the physical and spiritual world. That is the aim of every altar. If the altar is not active, it's not open, then we say that altar is dead. Then there are ways of taking care of the altar. If you have an altar at home, you must not neglect it. You must be cleaning it up at least once a week. Some mistakes many traditionalists make in Africa, in Nigeria. You go to their places of worship, they don't take care of their altar. Their altars are usually very, very dirty. In fact, when you see those kind of places, you will not want to have anything to do with African spirituality. I don't know why they like to leave it dirty. They don't treat the deities or their ancestors very well, maybe due to lack of money or lack of awareness, or they believe that the ancestors does not matter. They treat most times the altars, the ancestors, like stray dog. The way they offer food, it is to the shrine, is very, very offensive. They just throw the food to the deity like it's a stray dog on the streets. They don't do things with respect. They don't treat their altars with. If you don't treat your altar with respect, people will not also treat it with respect. If you just throw remnants of food to the altar like the spirit is hungry, the deity is hungry, how do you think people will feel? And you see them, they will put some food items, edible foods. Most times they will put this and Fanta on the altar. The Fanta will be there for like 6 months, 1 year. The color of the Fanta will not change from orange to white. And you will think that this deity, this Fanta is so old, why are they not changing it? You will be wondering what is happening. The thing will be so dirty and horrible that it discourages people from practicing African spirituality, especially the youth. Because when you see this kind of dirty shrines, like me when I was young, for a long time, I think that people that practice African spirituality are usually dirty people. This was because of the kind of altars I was saying, because most of them are not taken care of. They will keep like a bunch of banana, a bunch of plantain on that altar. The banana will be there, it's going to decay, it's going to dry up, it's going to be black. They are not going to remove this thing. Normally, when you put food on your altar, if it's an edible food, maybe food you cook, you give to the ancestors, you are supposed to take it, throw it out within 24 hours before it start getting rotten. You must throw it out. You must not leave it there to get rotten. The ancestors, they don't like they don't eat rotten foods. But I don't understand why some people will just leave it there to allow it to get rotten. If you put fruits there before the fruit start going bad, within 3 days, you throw it out, except for some fruits that can stay a week, like apples that will not go bad. Any fruit that will, any edible thing that you know is going to go bad in a few days, you must take it out of there. Don't leave it there. Don't allow your altar to be smelling very bad. It puts away, and it also attracts negative spirits. Yeah, it attracts bad entities to that altar, because good entities will naturally run away. Just like good people will run away, good entities will run. So most times you will see that is how these negative entities will now hijack that altar, and they will start speaking to you. You will think that you are still practicing the original thing. You are not anymore. The good spirits have run away because you have been treating them very bad, and they will not accept that behavior. And then the bad ones have now stepped in on behalf and now telling you abominable things to do. You go and bring gold, go and kill, we need blood, we need blood, we need this, that, and that, and that. And you will start doing all these things thinking that the altar is responding, whereas it's not the real spirit that is there anymore. It is because of this lack of maintenance. In Africa today, Nigeria, there are so many altars like this that the good spirit have run away, and now the bad ones have now taken over. But people don't know that this is what have happened. They still think it's the same deity that they have been venerating. No, that deity is long gone. It's something else that is there. If you are very active and spiritually conscious, you will be able to know when a new deity have taken over or is trying to become an imposter, trying to step in to pretend that is the real one and it's not, and it's a bad one. You can know this if you are active when the characteristics of the spirit you have been venerating have changed. something that is now something that does not ask for blood before, it's not demanding for blood all the time. I need chicken, I need gold, I need this, I need it. You start suspecting. Do this, go, you start asking, you just know that something is wrong. Real spirits that are ancestral, they don't ask for blood all the time. They don't even like you killing another animal for them. They hate it a lot. Because first of all, you are not the one that even create that animal. You don't have power over it. They are not blood drinkers. They don't like you killing stuff. What they want from you is you doing good work in the physical world. They are not interested in the blood drinking your soul or any kind of things. They don't like it. Spirits that usually ask for blood all the time, you should suspect that these spirits are not good spirits. They are bad, evil entities. And they need that blood to power themselves, and they don't do good work. Most of these people that do this kind of works, you don't even see progress in their life. You don't see progress. Because the spirit is so wicked, it will never allow you to progress, to succeed in life. Because if you're successful, you will not want to do some of the dirty things that they want you to be doing. So they are going to put them in an impoverished condition so that they can be using you to do those dirty work for them. So you should be able to know. Ancestors do not take blood, do not eat blood all the time. Okay, we don't give blood, we don't kill chicken, kill goats to give to them. If you want to give them food, the same normal food that you are eating is what you use. You don't need to break the bank to do something that is beyond your capacity. Okay, so you should know this. Anything you give them is fine. It must be something that you yourself can eat. The kind of water that you drink is the kind of water that you give them. They will accept it. The kind of food, you are not going to give them water that you cannot drink. You put little things in your altar, simple cheap things, sweets, a bit of alcohol, insects, normal insects, you put there, candles, white candles, okay. You don't go, just do things within your power. Pray, have time for them, clean up the altar, and live your normal life. This is what is necessary. This is the basic things, and this is just what needs to be done. Okay, so this is why the altar is very, very important. These 5 things I've mentioned and how to maintain it. If you have an ancestral altar, you might want to get some sand from the graves of your ancestors to put in the bowl in the altar where your candle will be on top. This helps to connect you faster to them. You can do this by going to the village or going to a local cemetery. If you are going to get the sand from the cemetery, make sure you carry a gift for the dead. You don't just go in and pack sand and start walking out like a thief. You go in, walk around, find a good grave you align with. You can take some little drink or bottle of drink or sweets or money. Make sure you drop something before you take the sand so that the gatekeeper of the cemetery will not be angry with you. There's a deity that is always in charge of the dead in every place people are buried. So you must get something for them. As you are dropping that item with your right hand, you take the sand with your left hand. You take it home, you put it on your altar, you'll be lighting your candle on top of that sand. It connects you to the realm of the ancestors and it makes it altar much more powerful and stronger. If you are venerating deities from the sea or the river, you might also want to get some sand from the river or some seashells for your altar. You do the same thing, you give some items, you drop some things into the river, and you also take the water from the river as well. Or you take the sand from the river. You don't just go there and take the sand and start walking away. You must give something to get something. It's a natural law of reciprocation, a scientific principle. When you get home, you put the sand on a bowl, you'll be putting your candle on top during praying. It also makes that a connection to that place you are trying to connect to. Makes your altar very stronger, very powerful. You might get some pictures of the deity, or you may not choose not to get any picture, but just have that space. It's very necessary. So this is how you set up your altar. Okay. I hope that this message is well received, and questions and comments are welcomed. Like and share this video. Please subscribe to this channel. Don't keep it as a secret. Share it to your friends, and get more people to join this channel so that we can start practicing the real African spirituality. The more people practice this real spirituality, the more stronger they get, the more empowerment that comes to their life, the more the truth of the spirituality spreads to the world, and the more we regain our place upon this earth as real people of dignity and respect and understanding. So I hope that you enjoyed the video. Questions or comments are welcome, and I will see you in the next video. You can also check my other videos as well. I have done so many serious topics on African spirituality, many topics that so many practitioners have been afraid to talk about or don't even know how to talk about. I have talked about them within this short time the channel have come up, and I'm going to bring out more explosive topics as well. So I wish you a very wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care and bye.